Let's talk big fight bookings, huge fight bookings. Daniel Cormier versus Black Beast for the heavyweight title. Nobody saw this happening. Nobody. Derrick Lewis had a great performance. I shouldn't even say great performance. Derrick Lewis had it. It was a very entertaining finish to that fight. But what we saw in that fight was sort of like, it wasn't great. He was losing that fight, in my opinion, up to that point. And then he caught him. But even he said, hey, dude, I got to work on my cardio. I train an hour a day. Very funny. I'm a big fan of his. But I almost feel like they're just kind of throwing him to the wolves here. What do you think?
Well, love Derrick Lewis. Hopefully we're getting him on the podcast. That might be a little bit more difficult now that he's got this big fight on short notice. It wasn't a good performance from Derrick Lewis. It was a sensational finish. Sensational finish that impressed me because he pulled it out of the bag so late. He knew he was under pressure. He knew if he had to win the fight, it was going to be by knockout, and he went for it and he got it. He has to be commended for that. But the performance itself wasn't good. It was kind of one-sided. He turned his back a lot and kind of was hurt. Now, fair enough, he said that a knuckle went in his eye or a finger, and maybe that was giving him a lot of issues. And if that's the case, then maybe his balls were definitely hot, so he gets a pass, perhaps. He actually said on the post-fight show, Lewis, that he trains 30 minutes a day, not an hour. So I said, you might just want to up those numbers a little bit. But you got to think that it's going to be a pretty easy fight for Daniel Cormier. That said, though, he can hit hard. He can hit hard. And one punch, as we know, I know it's the oldest expression in the books, only takes one. And he's a knockout guy. He is a guy that can knock you out. I often talk about it. We have one of those punch bag machines that measures how hard you punch on UFC tonight. Daniel Cormier was at the top. Derrick Lewis came in. He punched that punch bag machine. He nearly knocked the fucking thing over. Right? I swear to God, the entire thing shook. So he hits incredibly hard. Is he the most technical fighter? Is he the most technical martial artist? Hell no. No, he's not. He's got great ground and pound, although I can't see any kind of environment where he ends up on top of DC. And he's got heavy-ass punches. Saying that, he does actually throw some jumping kicks and stuff these days. So, yeah, maybe I'll take that back a little bit. Listen, on paper, it's a good matchup for Daniel Cormier. But the fact that he can knock people out, and he does look to do that, makes it a very exciting prospect.
Look, super exciting fight, undeniable. Okay, and to be honest with you, any given Sunday, he could technically knock out Daniel Cormier, a man who's never been knocked out, spent most of his career at heavyweight, just was able to knock out
CP against John Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck. Wow. Stand corrected. Did get knocked out against John Jones.
Got slammed across the cage by Anthony Johnson.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'm not wrong. Actually, that loss was expunged. It was John Jones's steroids and his dick pills that knocked out Daniel Cormier, and that's cheating, so I don't count that. Stand by it. Never been knocked out.
You're correct. Hold on. But he did get knocked out. I don't care what the record books say. Unfortunately, I love DC, but he did get knocked out. He got knocked out. I don't care which way, you look at it, Lewis, from, your weird perspective, but he got knocked out. I hate to break it to you.
He knocked out John Jones. That's what I say. I take it all back. I think we're going to split. We're going to turn it on.
He kind of did.
Look, dude, I don't think that Derrick Lewis is going to be able to do that. It's just kind of a strange booking considering the fact that we've seen DC say he's only got a couple fights left. Say I think he wants to retire next year. The Brock Lesnar fight was out there. I know John Jones, he's talked about actually wanting to avenge that fight. And Stipe, I know Stipe wants that rematch. What's going on with this booking? So out of left field. When you heard about this, weren't you kind of like, wow, that's a little strange?
Okay, circle of trust time. I can't look or break. I can't break the circle of trust, okay? But I'm in the circle of trust. I'm looking at my rule list on the wall. Rule number 2, don't talk about things I shouldn't do on the podcast. I'm going to break that rule.
No, stop.
I'm going to break that rule. No, I'm not. I do know that, there was a couple of offers made to other fighters to be in that main event. That shall remain nameless, that was offered a lot of money to take it the main event, and he didn't take the fight.
The main event against?
In Madison Square Garden.
Just and not against DC. You're saying other people were offered.
No, not against DC. A different weight class. It would have been a big fight, though. Would have been a big fight that everyone would have been very excited for. But 50. I'll tell you off the air. I can't.
Text me right now.
All right, I'll text you right now.
Text me right
but
now.
Don't
I want to know.
Allude. Okay, don't do it.
I would never. What? Do I look? What am I? The fighter and the kid? I don't allude. I would never allude.
Ooh. Name drop. Hold on. Let me. This is not the best podcasting, but
it's
still
great. This is good podcasting. It's great podcasting. Sometimes, there we go. Tom Segura. 50 Cent. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading text messages from Harrington now.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I've sent it to you.
Ooh. Whoa. Why?
Because I can't go on about it any further.
Why?
Okay, I can't answer your question. Why? Because then it would make it very obvious, and this is very frustrating for everybody listening. So let's move on. So what I was saying was, I know they were trying to make some big fights. Okay. And they were struggling, but Madison Square Garden, they need one of their marquee guys. Obviously, DC is one of them. Now, the fight against Brock Lesnar seems to have fallen by the wayside at the moment. We haven't heard anything about that since the night Stipe of DC. DC's probably, and I haven't spoken to Daniel Cormier, so I'm assuming, and they say assumption is the mother of all F-ups, but I'm assuming, and I hope I'm wrong, but he's probably thinking, you know what, Derrick Lewis, I'll beat this guy pretty easy. That's in 3 weeks. Yeah. I don't mind another payday. I don't mind more pay-per-view. You know, maybe not. It's only it's 3 weeks away. It's like I could beat that guy. I've just done a full training camp. Lewis looked out of shape, which he did. That was a 3-round fight where Lewis couldn't handle the cardio. This is a 5-rounder. That plays into DC's benefit, his strengths, his favor. So he's probably like, you know what? I'd be a fool to leave that money on the table. And
they probably offered him a shit ton of money. Like short notice, they probably, if I had to guess, yeah.
Yeah, they probably made it a very sweet deal for him. Yeah, of course. Because I know they were looking, for someone else. So, as a family man, as a guy that's near the end of his career, as I said earlier, you got to stack those chips. So he's stacking those fucking chips, and good for him. Now, if he beats Derrick Lewis, he's not only knocked out Stipe, he's defended the heavyweight belt. Jones and Gustafsson fight at the end of the year. He'll probably fight the winner of Jones and Gustafsson for the light heavyweight belt. Win or lose that fight, him versus Brock Lesnar for his final ever retirement fight.
Yeah. So look, it was just it sort of made sense. It's it's a super winnable fight. I guess it may, and that's not I want to get Derrick Lewis on this weekend. That's not disrespecting Derrick Lewis. I think when you look at everything on paper, if you step back from it, I don't give a shit if this is my best friend in the world. You'd have to look at it like, yeah, dude, it's a pretty tough fight to win short notice.
I remember DC had this teammate, and I think he might have had the belt as well, and like he was like supposed to win this fight, and like he was going to win, and they offered it to someone, and I think that guy took it on short notice, like less than Lewis. I think it was like 2 weeks notice he took it on, but I think he was in Canada filming a movie. It was one of DC's very good training partners from AKA, kind of tall, dreamy surfer type, and he lost the fight, and he lost his belt. So I hope DC doesn't fall into the same trap. What was his name? God, I can't think. Yeah, who knows? But that could happen.
I feel like I would remember such a spectacular performance.
And I know, and I feel like the person that would have won would like mention it almost every week, but he doesn't. He doesn't. So
I think you're thinking of the plot line to Rocky 3. Yeah.
If he dies, he dies. No, that's Mr. T. Mr. T. Pain. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, should we do a couple of questions and wrap it up? Just in case James is floating face down in the pool or being eaten by alligators. Or
we went to Busch Gardens yesterday. By the way, fucking Busch Gardens, they have real deal alligators there. Alligators are fucking terrifying. They're terrifying beasts.
Listen. Yes, but they ain't shit compared to proper Australian crocodiles.
Oh, yeah? You think the Crocs...
the Crocs are about 2-3 times as big. All right, guys, are you looking to last longer and go a few extra rounds? We all know that Lewis is, and we're talking about the bedroom performance here. So if you want to go a few extra rounds, get to BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com is the first ever chewable that brings your performance to another level. Check this out. They've got the same ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so they work. Since they're chewable, they'll work faster than a pill. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And this stuff is cheaper than those two, so this really is a no-brainer. Plus, you don't need to go to a doctor's office or spend time awkwardly waiting in the pharmacy line because Blue Chew ships straight to your door in discreet packaging.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I got the prescription. For me, Bisping, it's kind of funny as we've heard in MMA fighters that have used the excuse of taking Viagra and getting popped for steroids, which is pretty funny just in general. So I think we still have to look into how we can get you onto your Blue Chew prescription, but it has changed my life. Doggy, people, listen to me. Let me tell you something. People, it's not like, oh, you have to have problems in the bedroom. It's not about problems. The way I describe it is there is 20% more of you that you don't even know about. And it's just, it makes sex better for her. It makes sex better for me. If you guys like to bang, if you guys are a fan of this show, try it out for free. The best part of all this is you get to just try this out absolutely free. Mike, you want to tell them how to get it?
Well, I was actually signaling for you to do that. But of course, I would love to because it's a great deal. We have got, seriously, a good offer for you. Visit BlueChew.com. and you get your first shipment free when you use the promo code BELIEVE. Listen, $5 shipping. That's it. That's Blue, BLUE, chew.com. Promo code BELIEVE. Pay the shipping. You get it for free. Let's go. On with the show.